Man, I'm so hyped. So hyped to be playing some Cities Skylines with you. So we have a number of maps to choose from over here. And in preparification for this, I do have a straw poll set up. Y'all can go over here and let me know which map you would like me to play on. You may notice that the Great Highlands map is not in the survey link that I just posted. And the reason for that is the Great Highlands map is what I am using in the Let's Play series on YouTube, which episode 1 has just gone live. It'll still be there after the stream, so clearly you want to be here and now. But afterwards, there'll be some extra content going over there. Now, starting that episode, I won't know as much as we know at this point over here, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. So yeah, we'll read these descriptions for a sec as people do their votes. Archipelago Haven, a chain of islands enveloped by water. This map comprises atolls, lagoons, and peninsulas. A highway running across the map connects some of the larger islands while also providing a connection to the outside world. The buildable area is split over several pieces of land, which offers a range of options for traffic over land, water, and air. It defaults to the European theme with a warmish climate in the northern hemisphere. Barrier Island. A long chain of barrier islands has huge potential for prime real estate right from the start. Highways and railway tracks follow the coastline on the mainland, which is separated from the island by a large bay. An existing shipping lane runs across the bay and connects to the ocean. Defaults to the North American theme. We can change this, by the way. If I select this, you can always choose an alternate theme if you would like. Hey, again, warmish climate, southern hemisphere. Interesting. Lots of buildable areas. So like the archipelago is only 16% buildable. Barrier Island, 41%. So Great Highlands, again, this is what I'm using the Let's Play where I'm building New Air. I think it's like New Air with a European style, but with right-hand drive because I think we might be in Canada. I think we're just like building an air in Canada or something. Lakeland over here. Beautiful and serene landscapes filled with lush forests, sparkling lakes, and rolling hills. Breathtaking views create a delightful backdrop to any city built here, and the low height variation of the terrain ensures there's plenty of space to build. The two existing highways are connected to each other, which allows for plenty of truck traffic into the city early on. Again, I'll drop another linkify there to the straw poll. So, European theme and a climate that can get quite chilly. A mountain village. Grassland plains in the midst of a mountain range. Water flowing from the hills creates a river valley in the center of the map with a breathtaking view in every direction. The buildable area between the mountains is fairly flat, but space is at a premium here, so careful planning will be of the essence. European, variable temperature, Northern Hemisphere, only 20%, 1% buildable. River Delta does look pretty impressive. A large snaking river, splitting into a delta, is the centerpiece of this map. Surrounded by hills, the terrain is mostly flat, with large contiguous landmasses offering plenty of buildable area. The delta, which seemingly tricky to navigate, grants great access to shipping traffic and a natural way to create outside connections. European theme, a little on the warmer side, 42% buildable. San Francisco and Tampere here are based on real-world geography, and I think might be, I don't know if it's part of like the deluxe edition or something like that. I feel like it was an extra little bonus. Someone can probably check on that in here. But it's the actual San Francisco map. The iconic peninsula, characterized by steep hills and sweeping views of the bay. The map is surrounded by water, with the Pacific Ocean to the west and San Francisco Bay to the east. The Golden Gate Bridge spans the strait, connecting San Francisco to Marin County. And yet, indeed, the Golden Gate Bridge is in here. You can actually see it just in the back of the screenshot over here. It is on the map. And then here we've got the Bay Bridge, which leads to Treasure Island. And I think that's Alcatraz right over there. Sweeping plains. The vast ocean can be accessed from multiple smooth beaches nestled between rising cliffs. Opposite the ocean, a long and tall mountain range creates a marvelous landscape. A broad expanse of flat land provides plenty of buildable space between the ocean and the mountains. A single highway runs through the entire length of the map. Tampere, home of Colossal Order. It's known for its stunning natural beauty and waterways. The map is located on an isthmus between two large lakes. Nazijarvi, I'm 100% sure it is not pronounced that way. And another lake, which are connected by a river. Twin Mountain, European. Oh, very little temperature variation over here, which is interesting. On the cooler side. Small river splitting the map runs between two flat-top, steep-sided mountain formations. Gentle slope runs from the mountain to eventually turn into wide ocean coastline dotted with numerous cliffs and beaches without any pre-existing train tracks. A railway connection must be created from scratch. Waterway Pass, two colossal mountain ranges. So we can see a lot of these double mountain ranges with the river in between. Provide ample space. Large meandering river flows in the middle of the map, joined by a few smaller brooks from the mountains. Train tracks run across the entire area, making it easy to tap into existing railway networks for quick outside access. Trains. And windy fjords! Reaching the coastline requires careful navigation past several long and narrow inlets surrounded by steep cliffs. Luckily, the inland is comfortably flat with plenty of space for expansion. Here, hold on, let me post the straw poll link one more time. Plenty of space for expansion. Multiple small rivers offer more than enough options to solve the city's water needs. Highways and train tracks occasionally need tunnels in order to cross the massive cliffs dominating the area. So let's see where the vote is going to right now. Windy Fjords, quite a ways away ahead. Well, Windy Fjords and Tampere, really. Actually, kind of, maybe a little more neck and neck. I don't think we'll do a runoff. Give it one more minute, or not even a minute. We'll give it another 20 seconds here. Tampere just pulled ahead. Oh, it's 46 and 48, 47 and 48. It's so tight. Tampere and Windy Fjords. I'm sure that's not even pronounced that way. So every time we say the name of this place, we're going to hurt all the Finns that much more. It's literally tied right now. Windy Fjord just pulled ahead by one vote. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over in 3, 2, 1. Windy Fjords gets it by 5 votes. That was tight. Done and done. All right.
Will, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
So, it does default to the North American theme. Now, of course, I could go European. I might stick with North American just because in the YouTube series I am using in the YouTube series I'm using the European theme, so I might do North American here. I am going to stick with right-hand drive because otherwise I'm going to get confused. We could start with all the buildings and everything unlocked, but I don't think I will. I think we'll do a slow build up and that's going to be okay. What do we want to call the town? I mean, is this our new Brussels since I'm doing new air already? Yes, the famous North American fjords. Newfoundland? Oh my god, that's so funny. Fjorda? What's a good East Coast town, a Canadian town with fjords? Well, let's see. We've got, they've got great names for some coastal stuff out in the Maritimes. We've got Conception Bay. Dildo, which I believe is in Newfoundland? No, or is that Nova Scotia? Yep. Actual places! But probably we shouldn't do that just because it might lead to some issues somewhere along the way. Yeah, Dildo is a town in Newfoundland and Labrador. They're, the official Newfoundland and Labrador website says there's no place like Dildo on their official page for it. Here, I'll link to the Wikipedia link. There you go. Oh, it didn't work because of the comma. Oh no, that's gonna be a bad link. Don't click the link. I'm just realizing because the comma broke the link, it's gonna go somewhere else. No! Ooh, it worked for you? Oh, good. Okay. When I moused over it, it was only mousing over part of it, but maybe the full URL was still working when you clicked. Anyway, moving on. I think we're just going to call our town New Brussels. Oh, man. Or no, it's Fjordy. Should we go after, like, should this be, like, New Oslo or something? I don't know. What? New Sprout Engine. Oh, I like that. Like this. Okay. Let's start the game. Woo! Man. Doesn't it feel warm? Feel a little warm. Myself a little pat down here. Pining for the fjords. All right. Let's take a look around at what we've got. So, of course, our starting build area, not too big. but we'll be able to expand it later on. I actually like that it starts us off sort of off on an edge, and then we can backtrack and pull into more of the connections. We're on this endpoint, which is going to be great, because when you start off right in the middle, it's a little awkward, because usually like the middle of the map, you're going to want for maybe like more of your highway connections, or, you know, the center of your town with like the more high density stuff. Here, starting off on an edge is actually going to be really nice. 10 out of 10. We've also got our external power connection immediately, so we don't have to worry about building any power early on. We can just go and import some power, although we will have to build an electric substation if we want to make use of that. Very pretty. Love the rivers. I really like that. So I think it's too early to say what kind of vibe we're going to want overall for our little town. Oh, even some of these filters, I guess, aren't available yet, so we don't know where our natural resources are quite yet. But, I mean, we have to get something established. Even if we just build a little community. Bits! Librarian, thank you very much for the bits. Yeah, even if we build this up as just a little community, and then kind of leave it, and then start another construction somewhere else afterwards, that'll be okay. Is that a tunnel? Oh, it is too. How lovely. I'm gonna enjoy this. If you're wondering what this is way over here in the sky, that's actually the source. This is where the air traffic spawns. Because I noticed it like one time when I was taking screenshots. This actually happens in one of my YouTube videos for this. I look up and like, is this some sort of like weird graphic glitch? Is there a floating building? It's like, oh no, it's just the origin of the flight stuff. Vibe, mining, heavy industry, and pollution are most dwarfy vibes. Yeah. So, speaking of, one of the things I do, and you'll notice this in the first episode, when I start building our town, I don't check the wind direction. And as a result, I end up building the starting industry area upstream of our residential area. So in a couple of episodes, we'll start to get a bit of an issue where the air pollution is just flooding into the residential zone. So let's think over here by the mountains, which kind of makes sense, right? Let's assume that maybe there's some mining going here. We don't have access to the specialized industry yet. That's going to come later. But theoretically, there may or may not be ore over here, but we can sort of imagine the idea that this is going to be the industrial zone over here, because maybe it's mining related. And then we can focus our residential area maybe over here, maybe along this ridge. Of course, we've got lots of terraforming tools available in the game, but I usually like to work with the natural terrain as much as possible. So here's what I propose, just to start off with and get a bit of vibe. It does start with a little block, and one of the things in my map online is, on YouTube, is I'm doing a lot of like swooshy curvy roads. And I think we're still going to do a lot of swooshy curvy roads, but I think I'm going to want to look at doing something maybe a little bit more gritty over here. We've got a big flat area. We might work on that. But I think to start off with, let's use this as a hint about, you know, as an inspiration for what we might go and do with the rest of the city. So we're going to grab the regular 2-lane road over here. I'm going to go and throw it onto continuous mode. And this radius, this is the width of the zoning that would happen. So let's go and plan out a road.
Money for Essentia.
Already too steep.
Money for Essentia.
Tampere would have given us natural poop lake in the Nasjarvi, but Norwegian fjords are such a lovely place.
So we're all pining for the fjords. Thank you very much, Halko. I'm not sure I love that part. Look at all the extra info we have. Look at all these numbers. No mods, just built in. Even with mods for CS1. Like, oh my god. This is good. Alright, that's not bad. Now the question is, how does this connect up to what we've got? Do I want to make another block? I think I might wanna. If we go, I wonder if I can use the grid tool to connect up to what is already here. I mean, yes-ish, but not really. I think I'll just do it manually here. Oh yeah, CS2 versus CS2. Yeah, the Valve shooting game, you're right. Okay, that is a 4-lane medium road. Do we want to keep this going straight? Yeah, there's gonna be a little extra thought being applied here when we start off. You may have noticed there was just a tiny little visual hitch over there, and there was a little pop-up over here. It was doing an autosave. Okay, I'm gonna say yes to this. And then does it turn into a 2-lane road over here, or do we put in an intersection? Do we put in a roundabout? We've got a roundabout here. I think I'm gonna continue with a 4-lane road out of this roundabout over in this direction. There's also like a few funky ways that you can do these intersections and do some neat things. Gotta give a shout out. There's a, I believe they're a Japanese content creator for this, who did this really neat trick. I was just watching this video. I think they actually posted their video 3 weeks ago. But if we do this, I didn't quite do it. Or maybe it's a different type of road. There was a funky way he created like a wider intersection by not connecting directly to it. I think I clicked there. Hang on, let me try again. Okay, that was doing it that way. Let me see if I can reproduce this. I haven't actually tried. If I do this, yeah, look, see? Look at the intersection. It's actually wider on this side than this side. Bigger turning radius. Look how neat that is. So you can choose a little bit with your intersection. And if you keep doing these one at a time, I think, we might have to turn off the snapping because it wants to snap all the way. And I just want to stop. Yeah, I got to go one tile further. Anyway, I'm not going to keep spending money over here, but there's some funny little things that you can do for the intersections to make them wider. Because in real life, there are some intersections that are made wider. In particular, I believe he was trying to model an intersection that may exist in, I don't know because I don't understand Japanese, but I think it may have been something, like he showed a real life photo of something in Japan, a style of intersections that are just sort of wider with bigger turning radius, which is really neat. And yeah, we've got like, there's like a million different snapping modes over here and things like that you can toggle. There's also this parallel mode, which is sick, and I haven't really put it to use yet. But what we can do is we can put in an offset, and there you go. You can see like it's generating. We can drag along here, and what we're actually doing is generating a parallel road. I mean, you can use it to build pairs, but you can also drag along an existing one. It's great for highways, certainly, but it's I mean, just lovely. So much extra stuff in here. Okay, so let's go back. You know, at some point, we've actually got to build the city here. So from this, I'm going to go and, you know, we're going to put a roundabout on the end of this. Which, first of all, these roundabouts that just, like, at the end of a road look gorgeous to me. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, let me trim back this little part. So we're making a transition from the 4-lane avenue. Ooh, I may mess with the elevation here to get rid of that little kink. It's not a problem gameplay wise, it just looks a little silly. We may have to do a little bit. So shift terrain, validate, level terrain, and do this, and with a like really tiny brush size. Oh, still got that kink in there. But why? Maybe it wasn't actually coming from the height difference. Maybe what I should do is pull it back there and then just make sure I'm drawing a straight line into that. Oh, okay. I'm much happier with this. Excellent. We're not going to get full zoning over there, but that might be okay. A little curvy road, and you know what I'm going to do, just because it looks so pretty, is right at the end of this, I'm just going to throw on a little roundabout for the end of this. See how lovely that is? Excellent. Oh, maybe it's, oh, you can't flatten terrain you've already built on. That might be the issue. Yep. Or I can flatten the terrain around it, but not actually change the road itself. So, from this, I'm worried I'm going to overspend some money. Do I want to do a straight line out of this? I think so. I'm going to do a straight 4-lane road. Am I happy with this? I think so. Out to over here. Then we've got lots of room to like build maybe sort of a more gritty area. And then over here, we can keep going with maybe a little bit more organic flow with the roads. And then I want an industrial area over here. Again, it's going to be downwind, away from everything, which is going to be great. I think what I want to do... What angle? Let's say I want to do an equilateral triangle. I'm going 120 degrees per slice, right? Someone? Anyone? Bueller? Yeah, that sounds right. That's not a triangle, but an equal division of 3. There we are. I mean, I guess if I'm... Yeah, anyway. And probably just square this off. Some distance away. I don't want the intersection too close. I think I'll trim this back in a sec. I guess the equivalent would be to go the same distance away. Build some road out there. Build that out this way. And then... Oh, and then these two could crisscross.
You're back with Second Moon Radio, your second musical home from home. So settle back in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for another hour of musical delight. Tonight we are doing.
Hey, is this like the we're moving like the Assassin's Creed logo, right?
and culture.
Skylines, yeah.
As they say.
I think this is the same distance. It looks okay to me. Are the disasters built in? Yes. Although I think when we created the city, I think I turned off the option. Because I just didn't want to deal with that. I just want to be able to build it pretty. Yeah, that is it's a hell of a turn over there. That's okay. Now, I'm not going to keep the pattern matching the whole time. We'll do a little something like that, a little something like that. Okay, so let's define... Do we even want to do full blocks of industrial here? We might want to intentionally leave in some gaps from some spacing. You know, for just a little bit less of a dense thing. I don't know, but let me zone that part for now. Oh, we are, interesting. Okay, when we're in industrial placement mode, we do get to see underground resources there. Or is that underwater? Oh, groundwater deposits. So we know for polluting the groundwater. Oh my, that's great. You're right, we could put a roundabout over there. Let's do that before a building settles in and then gets destroyed. That's a really good idea. Good catch. Okay, so I definitely want our hoosing over here. Let me actually use the box select tool here to just do a bunch, but we're gonna replace some of this. Maybe this little inner area here becomes a little a commercial district, little shops and things, and then we'll expand out of that. And just because I don't know what we're gonna do over here yet, let me cancel that. And at least start us off this way. Anyway, you can go and do this. I'm sure we'll be replacing a bunch of this stuff as we go. We got that. We need power and water sorted. But again, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put an electrical substation here. And we're just going to pull in external power for now. And I'm going to call that good enough. It's a little transformer station. They're more than meets the eye. I probably make that joke in my my YouTube video as well. And... Bye. Jog. Let me overlap the areas. Oh, so probably can't quite make this corner. Hey, why can't I bulldoze you? Oh, because you click on the lines themselves. Although if I do that, I won't be able to rebuild it, so that's not what I want to do there. All right. You know what? We'll just do that. It'll annoy me for now. We'll replace it later when we've got access outside here. But there you go. So now we got power. Now, in Skylines 2, power and, in fact, water gets carried by the roads.